So anyway, welcome to my video. So here's my breakfast. My croissant is burnt. Here's some footage of me working on the project, and I wanted to share my thoughts about eating disorders, especially binging and orthorexia. I want to share my story and how I try to recover, at least feel free about food. So first of all, I've been struggling with food for a few years now. My relationship with food started to be messed up since I graduated from high school. There was a lot of pressure and I was really stressed out, as many students in this world, even though I was in denial, because I was like, oh, it's okay, I'm feeling good, I'm doing just alright. Then COVID came. It's probably the most awful period that many people have lived those days. So I was going to college and other issues made me binge. I started to binge on many things like pastries or even quote normal healthy food. So I gained weight, obviously not that much, but enough to make me feel insecure. Then I started a diet way too low in calories because I thought I'm not working enough, so I don't need to eat that much, because it was during lockdown, so I couldn't go outside to walk daily and to have physical activities. So I was like, oh, it's okay, it's very low, but I eat my BMR, so it's okay. I learned a lot about PSC balance, macronutrients. I calculated calories and I was confident about it, but it was way too low. I was really under eating. And I also did high intensity workout every day. I ate healthy, but obviously not enough carb, not enough fat. Classic mistakes, you would say. Of course I lost weight, but it was Christmas time, so after Christmas I quit the diet. It was not suitable, no sustainable, but I was in denial. Again, I felt kinda ashamed of my failure because I used to despise people struggling with their body image and failing their diet and complaining about it. I was like, you only have to create a sustainable plan and that should be alright. As I never had those struggles before, I wasn't self-conscious. But now I understand what people feel and how hard it can be to really find the perfect balance for ourselves. Most of the time we don't know ourselves enough. We can give advice to others, teach them what we think it'll work, but for ourselves it's really complicated to understand what we need and know how to stay healthy, because healthy is not the same for everyone. Of course, eating the right amount of calories, eating enough proteins, enough carbs, enough fat, being hydrated, having good sleep, all those things are common to everyone. It's science, but it's all about small details that we have to adjust. Finding a balance is truly difficult. For lunch, I had a little soup with a bowl of oatmeal and mackerel, with a kind of kimchi that my mom made. And yeah, I had another bowl of white rice this time. Let's jump to the dinner already, because after this I binged a little bit. I ate some bread, roasted chicken, avocado, feta cheese and some vegetables. So this is the ASMR part. This evening I felt good after the plate you saw and kind of full. I could finish my meal right after that, but then my mom joined me at the table to have dinner with me. So I had another serving of chicken with a couple glasses of wine, and it was alright. But I kept on eating toast with cheese, honey, and butter with cinnamon, which is the best combo, by the way. I also had some homemade apple jam. So that I ate like half the baguette I bought. And when I say baguette, it's like a big one, so maybe I ate like one baguette. So I felt really full, but I was craving for something sweet, so I ended up by eating chocolate cookies, 3 of them, and that was it. I could eat more, however, I knew that I was gonna be sick if I kept on eating, so I had to stop myself. You may say it's not a lot, it's not a real binge, it's just overeating, but for me it is a binge because I usually don't eat that much. I feel satisfied quite quickly and I never felt bad about eating a lot. I used to have a healthy relationship with food. When I overeat, it was okay. I never felt guilty about it. I was just happy to be able to eat what I love. Nothing more, nothing less. Even now, when I say I feel bad, it doesn't mean that I hate myself, nor that I'm like, I've done something horrible after eating something. But somewhere in my mind, deep down in my neurons, a little whisper says, you could done better. And I'm like, yeah, I know. So it's not about how much you eat or not, it's about how you feel about it. If you feel guilt around food, it can mean that you have an eating disorder. But again, I'm not a specialist. I'm not diagnosed as such neither. So I'm not 100% sure that I have an eating disorder. But the truth is, I struggle with food and I want to change that state. Now it's time to talk about how I deal with it after a binge or when I feel bad around food. This day, right after my binge, my overeat, I'm doing my skincare routine. I wanted to take care of myself and to think about something else than food. I've never done it before. I'm usually very lazy, so I don't take a lot of time to do skincare or doing beauty stuff. I don't really like it, but I wanted to try something new. I wanted to take time to, I don't know, to spend time with myself, I guess. I'm also doing some stretching. I usually do my stretching after workouts, but this day I didn't work out, so I just randomly stretching. And yeah, I kind of like stretching because I can feel my muscles and my body, and it sounds cliche, but it's really good to reconnect with your body and to know how it works and how far it can go. It's a good way to know yourself. So after stretching, I'm doing some journaling because I needed to write down my thoughts about eating. I don't do this every time I overeat or I binge, whatever you like. But this day I felt like it, just like it, so I did it. And I usually take notes about how I felt after a meal. because I like to eat freely without feeling guilty about, and to be free and satisfied and enjoy what I eat. So yeah, it's still difficult for me to heal my relationship with food because I'm into the process, and it's not a journey that ends somewhere like, okay, today I'm good with food, now I'm 100% sure that I'm healed from my eating disorder. It can happen, but in my case it's like it's not that uh, deep in me, but it's somewhere here every time, and I have to think about it and to take care of myself every day. I feel like it has to be something really scary to think about your fears, your habits, and to change them, because habits are something that you are comfortable with, even though it may maybe not, but you took those habits because it was necessary at that time. But sometimes you have to change them in order to feel better, and it's a scary thing, but I think we can all manage to do it, and you are strong enough to do so. So if you are struggling right now with some eating disorders or other disease, please know that you're not alone, and please know that it's gonna be okay. It sounds cliche and everyone would say that, but you have to trust something that you don't trust. You have to trust it, and you have to trust yourself, even though you are feeling maybe disgusted by yourself or very sad, very disappointed by yourself. You really deserve the world, and you really deserve to enjoy your life, enjoy your food without feeling guilty or feeling bad about it. So yeah, that's it. Take care of yourself, and see you next time. Wale.